Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going into something fun, slightly flirty, and a little bit psychological. It's one of those topics that might seem light or simple on the surface, but the emotional feeling it brings is real and much more powerful than most people realize. We're talking about 7 special nicknames that men secretly love hearing, especially when an older woman says them in just the right way. Yes. That's right. It's not always about what you say. It's about how you say it. And sometimes just a little word can do more to move a man's emotions than long conversations ever could. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Nicknames. Isn't that a bit childish? Or aren't those for teenagers or people in young relationships? But hang on a moment. Don't be too quick to dismiss this. There's actually something deep and powerful happening under the surface when nicknames are used, especially in a romantic or flirty context. They don't just come across as cute, they create a deep feeling of connection quickly. Let's be honest here. A lot of older women sometimes find it hard to connect in a light or playful way with younger or middle-aged men. One big reason this happens is that they often hold back when it comes to using more fun and charming words. And I get it, society teaches women, especially as they grow older, to be more serious, more proper, and more reserved in how they talk. Many women have been told that if they joke around or act flirty, they'll be seen as trying hard or looking a little silly. So they stay safely within a more formal way of speaking. They avoid anything that feels too casual or youthful. But by doing this, they miss a wonderful opportunity to connect. You see, most men, even those who pretend to be tough or say they're not into emotions, deep down love it when a woman calls them a fun nickname, especially if that woman is someone they respect, someone a little older who carries herself with confidence. It doesn't make them feel weak, quite the opposite. It makes them feel recognized, valued, in a strange way, more like a man. It signals to them, "You're special to me. I notice you. I'm not just being nice. I'm really enjoying this moment with you." In fact, research supports this. A study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that pet names, affectionate words, and charming titles help people feel more emotionally close. It's not just about romance either. This also works in casual dating or lighthearted flirting. It makes people feel emotionally comfortable and desirable. These small words do a huge amount of heavy lifting. But most women ignore this tool simply because they underestimate its power, or they worry it might come off the wrong way. And let's take this a little further. Why do nicknames matter? Why should you even use them if everything seems fine without them? Well, here's the thing. When you don't add these small affectionate touches, conversations can start to feel flat or distant. It can become a bit cold. And once that happens, it's hard to bring back the spark. You can have great chemistry with someone, but if all your conversations stay at the surface level, talking about daily routines, the weather, or your plans, it doesn't allow for deep feeling or attraction to grow. That's where nicknames come in. They connect you without needing a deep, heavy talk. They add color and spark to your conversations, and they make you stand out in a world where most people just use first names. Just picture this. He's used to being called John or Mr. Smith all day long at work. Then you come along and in a soft voice, you call him something sweet or charming. Maybe you say, "Hey, handsome," or "boss." With a cute little smile, you've just made a moment that feels different from all the rest of his day. That's powerful. Here's something even more interesting. A 2018 article in Psychology Today explained that when people hear affectionate names from someone, they like it. Sparks a part of their brain related to happiness and motivation. That's the same part of the brain that responds when you eat your favorite food or listen to a song you love. So it's not just about making someone smile. It's about triggering a real feeling and even a physical reaction. You're creating a wonderful moment that sticks in their memory now. Let's talk a little more about men. While a lot of men don't always show their emotions openly or admit it in public, deep down they're just as hungry for an emotional bond as anyone else. They may not say it directly, but when a woman speaks to them in a soft and charming tone, it makes them feel valued. It makes them feel valued. It makes them feel valued makes them feel wanted, and in some way it feeds their confidence. It lets them know they're not just anyone, they're someone special in your eyes. So when an older woman, someone who is assured, mature, and comfortable with herself, leans in and quietly calls him a cute nickname, it makes a deep and lasting impression. It signals you're not just a regular person to me. I find something unique in you. You're not just paying him a compliment, you're making a powerful connection. And that's something that sticks in a man's mind much longer than you'd expect. And here's the best part. You don't need to come up with something wild or dramatic. Sometimes just a small word said in the right way does more than a fancy sentence. If you're not using nicknames in your conversations, you're missing a very simple and powerful tool. And the best part, it's free. No makeup, no new outfits, no lengthy messages, just a small word can completely shift the mood of your invasion. Now let's have some fun and talk about actual nicknames men love, especially when they come from an older woman. They're interested in the first one as handsome. This might seem simple, but don't quantify it when it's said in a soft, charming voice. It feels different. Most men rarely get compliments on their appearance. A survey from Men's Health shows that over 70% of men said they almost never hear compliments about their looks. But when they do, especially from a woman they're attracted to, it makes their confidence soar. Relatable, and even if they won't say it out loud, they love when someone else notices that side of them. So next time he orders food for you or decides which movie you two will watch, look at him and say, "Okay, boss, your call." It's light, it's teasing, but it makes a bigger mark than you think. A study shared by Business Insider showed that when people are gently recognized in leadership and are reaching the roles, even in a joking way, they feel more sure of themselves. Their confidence grows and they feel more seen and valued. That's powerful, especially early in a relationship where tiny signals matter more than we often realize. Now let's talk about trouble. This one is fun, charming, and just a little bit brave. Calling a man trouble instantly adds a layer of spark. It makes it feel like there's something wild going on, something just a bit outside the ordinary, but in a good way. You're not saying he's a bad guy. You're saying he's exciting, maybe a little unpredictable. When he says something sarcastic or gives you that sideways smile, just shake your head a little, smile softly, and say, "You're trouble." Say it quietly or with a little whisper. That soft voice makes all the difference. It tells him you see him, you're amused by him, and you're drawn in. According to a report by Matchcop, playful teasing ranks among the top 3 flirting techniques preferred by men in the 25 to 45 age group. It's not just about being emotionally playful. This nickname lets him feel like he's charming you, getting a rise from you, adding some fun. And men enjoy feeling like they're making something come alive in you. Another great one, cowboy. It works whether the man's ever been near a horse or not. The word cowboy carries a whole feeling with it. Rugged, bold, a bit wild, and very independent. Most guys, no matter their background, like to think they have a little cowboy in them. It speaks to a deep masculine feeling that's been around for generations. If he helps you fix something, steps in to protect you from something awkward, or even just walks with a bit of confidence, you can lean in, smile, and say, "Easy there, cowboy." The way you say it, slow, sweet, maybe with a small laugh, can leave a mark on his ego in the best way. A relationship expert named April Messini once said in a GQ article that men actually feel a rise in confidence and romantic interest by about 35% when women use nicknames tied to traditional masculine growth early in dating. That's a big number, especially considering how small the action is. Just one word softly said at the right moment can plant a seed of attraction that grows and grows. Now let's move on to stud. This one's playful. A little old business, but surprisingly effective. It makes a guy feel desirable and charming without being too forward about it. Maybe he walks in wearing something new, or he just trimmed his beard, or his smile brightens up the room. You look at him, tap his arm a little, and say, "Well, look at you, stud. The tone is key. It should be a bit impressed, a little amused, but fully sincere. eHarmony conducted a dating survey that found playful pet names tied to physical attraction actually led to a 24% increase in the likelihood that a man would start physical affection. So if you're trying to spark that feeling without being too forward, stud is a simple yet powerful way to do it. Now, here's one that's often missed, but surprisingly effective. Champ, this nickname, hits a different feeling. It tells a man that he's succeeding, that he's doing something well, and that someone sees and values it. Men rarely hear direct compliments for the things they do. They're expected to perform, to show up and handle things, but when a woman notices and says something, it makes a huge difference. Maybe he finishes a big task, shares a win, or even just pushes through a tough day when you smile and say, "Way to go, champ." And you're giving him more than a compliment. You're showing admiration. A 2020 survey by Verywell Mind showed that small, kind words can lift a man's mood and make relationships more satisfying. Little phrases like this go a long way in helping him feel recognized and valued. So there you have it. 7 nicknames men secretly love, especially when whispered by a woman who knows her presence alone. Is powerful, but it's not just about the nickname. It's about how you say it. It's in your tone, your timing, and your body movement. A playful smirk, a soft voice, the pause before the word slips out. That's what makes it stay in his mind. Every man, no matter how quiet or strong he seems, wants to feel noticed. He wants to feel attractive, strong, admired, and unique. He wants to feel like the only man in the room. And when you whisper one of these names at the right moment, you're offering him exactly that. He won't just remember the word. You'll become the memory now. I'd love to hear from you. Out of all the nicknames we discussed today, which one are you most excited to try first? Or maybe you already have your own special name that always makes him smile. If you've got a favorite that works like magic, drop it in the comments. Let's share ideas and learn from each other. And if this video gave you some fresh ideas or a little happiness, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe for more tips on relationships, attraction, and how to connect deeply with a man's heart and mind. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you're the first to know when new videos come out. Remember, real attraction isn't about grand actions or confusing games. It's about small, powerful moments. It's about understanding what works and when to use it. If you're done with confusion, second guessing, and chasing the wrong signals, there's help waiting. Grab your free copy of the 7-7 Secret Mind Decoder. It's already helped thousands of women better connect and appreciate how men think, feel, and connect. Click the link in the description for instant access. Completely free. You deserve a love that feels easy, real, and mutual. Let's help you get there. I'll see you in the next one. Now, let's go just a little further into why these nicknames have such a strong effect on men. It's not a coincidence. There's psychology behind it. You see, men are often taught not to openly show their emotions. They're told to be strong, to solve problems, to lead without needing much praise. But that doesn't mean they don't want it. In fact, they often want it more because they get it less when a woman offers that kind of gentle recognition, especially in the form of a nickname. It goes straight to the soul. Nicknames carry feeling. They create a private little world. Trusting your ability to move forward, even when it hurts. They say letting go takes great strength because it means that makes a man feel something. Facing the tough he seems on the outside. These soft moments tell him he matters in a very intimate way. That's the real power. And let's not forget the tone of voice. A nickname whispered in a soft voice close to his ear carries much more weight than a compliment called across a room. Maybe you prefer the soft compliments like champ and big guy, or maybe you like the bolder ones like trouble or stud. Either way, the key is honesty. Say it like you mean it, and say it with perfect timing. Men don't need big words. They need to feel that the word is for them and them alone. Now, here's a little trick. Try using the nickname when he's least expecting it. Let's say you're both walking side by side and he holds the door for you without thinking much. Let's say, much time to say thanks, cowboy, with a small look. Or maybe he's telling you a funny story and you lean in close and say, you're trouble, you know that. You'll feel it in a way that sticks. It's like you're letting him in on a little piece of your attraction. And trust me, he notices. If you're in a long-term relationship, nicknames like these can bring back a spark. They bring back the fun and energy that sometimes fade with routines. It's a reminder that no matter how long you've been together, you still see him as someone worth admiring, and flirting with it keeps things alive. If you're just getting to know someone, the right nickname can set you apart from everyone else. And while other women might compliment his looks or his car, you're giving him something more deep, a signal that you see who he really is on a deeper level.